you
Wait.
all. Oh,
Now,
hello, ladies. I missed you. I've been a month off I've been to Argentina and Antarctica, which was a marvelous journey through all the stuff you ever dream of. Seeing penguins, seeing the Arctic, the icebergs, the whales, the sun, the snow, everything is so clear and so sparkling there. And it was really very touching in the heart. And you feel that in this place, there must have been something thousands of years ago underneath thousands of kilometers of ice. Yes, it's so huge. It's a thick. It's not only huge. It's a thick ice of thousands of kilometers, and nobody really knows what's underneath. And I think there has been something like Atlantis or Lemuria or something like that, special energetic places, and you really can feel this. And a lot of people try to travel there now, and I think it's a kind of a remembering of looking for these energies. And the energies are special at the moment. And this is what I want to tell you about the astrology these days. The rest of February is, well, it's a more than once in a lifetime. We start on the 14th with Saturn moving into Aries, and on the 20th, the Saturn conjunct with Neptune on 1 degree of Aries. And this is a topic we had it the last time about 6,500 years ago. And 1 degree of Aries is the starting point of everything in astrology. It's where everything begins, the begin of creation. And at this moment, the earth is in completely turmoil, and it will get worse, I can tell you. But don't worry, at the end, it will shape break the old down and this all makes place to build something new in a completely new energy of heart-centered and more. We will care for the planet, we will care for each other. The energies of Saturn will completely change for the new generation, and also all this hard and down breaking and restriction and all these energies which hold Saturn will disappear and come into a new energy where it will be helping to making new structures for the new times ahead. And Neptune will transform from being like you foggy and you don't see where you go, and you will be left behind, or people don't treat you right and they trick you and things like that. This will move into a new heart energy of spiritual and uplifting together to the future. It's not for the one or the two, it's for all of us. It will all bring all of us into a new future. And the time for this is, I would say, actually the next 10 years will be very intense. The next three years, extremely intense. And we have to stay very heart-centered and wait for one piece to the other to fall into its place, one step after the other. And There's no way back. It's only the way forward to the light, to the heart-centered living, and to a new together. Yes.
Wow, wow. Okay, so I have one little question because I follow a lot of astrology things that I'm kind of
Mhm.
trying piecing together, especially when you're not here, right? I'm like, where is she? Why am I going to make sense? And I've been watching a couple of guys who are saying, or women as actually as well, saying that everyone who has not been a good person, so people who have created a lot of karma by treating others not so well are gonna get their reckoning now. And that honestly gives me a lot of joy. Is that true?
Yes, they have to,
Do you
they
think this
still
is a
have a
time when
little
people will
time.
have another chance of waking up?
Yes, some will have a little time now, or they go to, I would say, a different timeline where they choose to have other experiences which help them to see and becoming better persons and see what they did wrong in this lifetime. But it's now
Hmm. Hmm.
it's
Okay.
kind of switching in two main timelines, I would say. We For a long time we have now, since I would say like the last 10 years, we were moving in two main timelines were always mixed together. The one searching for light became much stronger, and the other ones tried to hold the dark energy and all this the structure behind it. And now it falls apart. And
Hmm.
there is only one way. Either you go to the light or you go to the dark. And if you choose the darker
Yeah. That,
side,
I think that's
there
what
is
I meant. Hmm.
yes, yeah, yeah. And there's also the sign for this on, I forgot first, on the 17th, we have the solar eclipse.
Hmm.
And this shows also just 3 days before the Saturn and the Neptune conjunct, it shows there's the dark meeting the light, and you have to choose.
Hmm. Hmm. Cool. I think that
Yeah.
also fits very well into all the Epstein files coming to light
Absolutely.
with
Yes.
shocking people. And seriously, well, I mean, Deepak Chopra, I was not so surprised, I'll be honest, because I kind of cut with him in COVID because he did some weird posts then. But Richard Branson, people like that, where I'm like, why? This is so. Mm.
It
But this is a
it will
sign of the
get
times, right?
very intense, and what we do not have to forget is that we don't go too much into this energy. We will
Mm.
know it will unfold on the right moment. The people will have their judgments. I don't know how to say, and
I'll
they
call
go
it
to
awakening.
court or whatever. But they will fight. You know, they will fight now. They will try to hold and bring
Mm.
everything up and down, so nobody knows what's right and what's wrong. So don't go too much into all of these topics, which the YouTube is full of that. It's terrible, and
Mm.
most of it is correct, but some of it is just whipped up to a big thing or whatever. And we will have to prepare also for change in the money system, change in the economic industries, because it's all structure of the dark side for hundreds or
Mm.
thousands of years. I
Yeah,
don't know. Actually, for
that's
our
actually something
lifetime,
that uh, yeah, right, we can celebrate because
we can
finally these
celebrate,
structures of
but most of the people have no idea what's coming, and it will be very. They will be very. Sometimes they will be upset. They will be in anger. They will be frightened. They will go panic. They will go in two parties, like the one will say no, it can't be, and the other one say this one is like this, or it's all the politic stuff will go up like this. And don't go into judge each other. It
Mm.
will unfold. Let it unfold and hold your energy, because it is
Okay.
extremely important that the people who know, who hold the light, are strong and centered and coherent and grounded in this time of the upcoming years, because this we help with our, each and every one of us helps with the centered and grounded and strong energy of light, to that the unfolding and the working up of all this stuff is in a calmer way.
Mm.
The stronger the light
Okay.
energy, the smoother it will work out.
Thank you. Nicole, I'm bringing you into the spotlight. I'm going to come into, and then over to you, ladies. Is there anything you would like to ask Andrea or any of us now? Is there anything you'd like to say about this? Have you been noticing some of these energies already? Where are you on? Are you kind of celebrating this is happening? Is part of you maybe feeling, oh my God, I don't know what to do? Tell us in the chat. Let's keep this conversation going. We'd love to hear from you. Nicole, what do you think of this all?
Thank you, Andrea, first of all. Wow, I made many notes because it was so rich. And yeah, I feel totally it resonates with me a lot. I realize within my field that a lot of people are imbalanced, and that there's a lot of like struggle going on, either physically or mentally. And at the moment, I must say, I'm really cruising through that, and I feel like I'm staying stable. And this feels actually good, because that's, like you say, as more calm as we are, we can also be there for the others. We can give them support. We have so many tools that we can really share, and we can only offer it. And at the same time, if there is no resonance, don't go too deep into it, and wanting to really like ask the others, please join me in this way. If they cannot see it, it's not making much sense, I would say. This is something that I realize, and that might happen to the dearest people that you really would love to get onto that, into that realization, right? Hmm. I see Sietske is raising her hand.
Aurelie,
Okay.
yeah, please go ahead. Aurelie is saying she can feel these energies and she's finding you. What did you like to say? You can just unmute yourself and speak. There you go. Titske.
Oh, yes. Now I thought
Titske.
it was going to say something. It's a bad connection. Now, what I'm noticing is that during the week, everything is really fine. But then when it's weekend and I have less things to do, when I wake up in the morning, it feels for me like there's a lot of energetic movement inside my body. Like I almost can't contain it. And I don't know what that is.
Great question. I'm
very
noticing the
strong.
same. Yeah. I'm also noticing that I'm waking up in the morning really early often, and then I go back to sleep again because come on, body, it's 5 a.m. We're not getting up now. But I'm also noticing a lot of emotions, a lot of energy inside of me. And what I have learned, that's actually something I learned from Mel Robbins, is not to stay in bed, but to get up. And I'll do my first round of tapping my points. I'll do my breath work. I'll do my journaling. I don't allow myself to dwell on those, I'll call them negative thoughts that will come up, the worries, the kind of emotions. I really, I cut it short. That helps me. But also the cold plunging to really interrupt the pattern and to consciously put my focus somewhere else. And of course, I'll say it again, the Healy really helps me. I have the Healy next to my bed, and I always charge myself before I get up. So at the moment I wake up, say it's at 5 a.m., and I say, okay, I don't want to go get up yet. I'll put a Healy program on and say, okay, I'll meditate in bed. and then usually I'll fall back asleep. If I wake up then again and thoughts are back, I get up. I go do something, I take a walk, I take a shower, I break the pattern. So that's my best tip, and the Healy on coherence. That's my main program right now. I have it everywhere. Coherence. I hope that was helpful. Anyone else want to say something to help Sitske? Or any other tips you have?
Yes, I would like to say something of maybe for all of us. It's now at these times, the energies are very channeling into your aura field the whole day and clean your aura field in whatever way you like to do it before you go to bed. Because you don't take this with you.
Another tip Thank you. Another tip I just read online also, which I haven't tried yet, but it looks pretty amazing, is taking a kind of a board or a bigger plate or something, and you put coarse salt on it. And then you stand on the salt. They say for 10 minutes. I haven't tried it yet, but this is definitely something I want to try. Standing on, not normal salt, you want the big crystals, and you just stand on the salt, and that seems to do something to the electrical circuit in our bodies. It helps us let go of other energies. So that's something I'm going to try, and I'll keep you posted how it goes. Cool. Thank you.
In fact, I had just recently done for 7 days. I put like a bowl of this salt that you were talking about beside my bed, and I always made it very flat. And I looked at it in the morning. I blessed it in the evening, and I said, please take whatever needs to go within me and around me into that salt. And it sometimes in the morning, the structure of the salt was really different. And then I dumped it. I put it out of the house also. And then the next night I put it in again, a new one for 7 nights. That was really interesting. Yeah.
I must say it's very important to don't reuse the salt.
No, of course.
Yeah. After and put it out of the house to the out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was the first thing.
Yeah, because there's this salt cleaning for rooms you can also do, which is very strong when you put it either in the corners or just like a street around inside the room. It's very strong. You can do it either to new moon or full moon for 3 days. It's very, very strong. And after that, take the salt out of the house. Don't leave it if you take it with the vacuum out and then leave it in the vacuum. No, out of the house. It's very, very strong.
Well, like in India, the old Ayurvedics would never on the table pass the salt. You take the salt, you put it on the table, and the next person takes it because they believe, and I think that's what's true, you're taking the energy of the other person too if you take that salt. So great. Okay. Wasn't work I was calculating with that, but here's the salt thing. Let's all do the salt thing in some way. Okay. I'll let you ladies out of the spotlight because I'd like to get into what I thought we could go into today. I announced it in the WhatsApp group, and that is how do we brainwash ourselves? So here's the thing. We know that we're being brainwashed or manipulated in many different ways, usually totally unconsciously. And that doesn't happen necessarily out of any malice or bad intent from other people. It's just what is when we're humans connecting to other humans. And then we've got media and all the other stuff coming at us. So I saw this report on a CIA agent showing how they use these techniques, obviously, to manipulate others. But this time, we want to use those same techniques to manipulate ourselves. And we're doing that with our own consent. And I like that idea. So if you're in for that, give me a little yay. I'd love to know how to brainwash yourself. Okay, cool. And I'll give you the steps because it's not that hard. So let me tell you what I found out. The first thing that you might want to write down, it's just 3 sentences, but it kind of nails it down, is this is truth. The truth is that novelty, so something new, forces attention. Our brain cannot not notice something new. It does. right? And we can use that novelty in a very good way. So the first one is novelty forces attention. Whenever there's something new, our attention has to go there. We have to notice. Then the next is attention creates plasticity. And that's the genius thing about this, because when we have that, when our attention is caught, our brain can reshape. It is plastic, right? It's formable. And when we have that novelty and we pay attention to that novelty, something happens in our brain that changes the circuits. So those synapses that were wiring together, that were firing together, kind of get a divorce in that moment, because they're like, this is new, this is different. What am I going to do with this? The brain feels scrambled. And I think that's in these times now when we're seeing all this information, all these things coming up, we're like, oh my God, who's not in this? It's making our brains feel a little scrambled. Now, if that is the case, we can use that scrambledness, because what that plasticity does, that sentence number 3, is plasticity creates new behaviors. So this is a perfect time to ponder for ourselves, what kind of identity do I wish to adopt now? What do I want to go into? An identity. So new behaviors, new habits, new beliefs, new thoughts, that all belongs together. So here's how it goes. When, you know how people change more on vacations usually, or when they're out of their usual comfort zone? That's that novelty, right? So how we can use this is that we say, okay, first sentence, who do I want to become? Who is this woman who is going to thrive in these, what we heard, next 10 years? Let's take 10 years, okay? Because we know that if we stay exactly where we are now, who we are right now, it doesn't take any psychic to tell you where you're going to go. If you continue on this path, you can calculate how healthy you'll be, how successful you'll be, because you're going to do the same thing now. Nothing much is going to change. You're going to get more of what you have now. Now, if you're here and you're saying, okay, everything is so amazing, there is no room for improvement, then you can switch off and go to bed. But if you're not, and you're saying, okay, I do see some areas of improvement, then this is now the time that you want to pay attention. And we're going to do this together. Because you see, when we stay at home and we do everything the same, that's not choice. We are actually living a scripted life. We're scripting up here because it's the same kind of thoughts that are running the same kind of beliefs, which will run the same kind of behaviors. So now we want to go and say, okay, I want to deliberately change something. And this is the cool thing. You don't need to change much. You just need to do something different. Those experiments that one has done with people where they say, you usually get out of the bed on the right side. From now on, I'd like you to get out on the left side. That already is a change for the brain, where the brain will go, well, this is different. What's happening now? She must be meaning something's changing. Okay. So how we're going to do this is we're going to get a pen and paper out, and we are going to first analyze the loops that were running in our brain. By loops, it means that, something happens and then you always react the same way around it. For some people, it's, I see a donut, I eat it. That could be something that you want to change. Maybe you want to be able to walk past that bakery shop with all the sweet stuff and say, you know what? I'm not the person who eats that. It's not because I don't want to, I'm going to use it with willpower. But when we create that identity shift, it's not something that I can't tolerate, that I don't want to eat, because I just don't. I'm not someone, for instance, I'm not someone who goes to McDonald's. We were talking about that with my kids, because they were saying, oh, but sometimes it's good to go to McDonald's. And I'm like, I don't have that. It's never been an urge of mine. I just don't want to go do that because I'm not that kind of person. But what is it for you? Where is a loop in your life that you are running that you don't want to run anymore? I'll give you another example. Maybe it's whenever they come visit you, or whenever they, I don't know, say a certain word or behave in a certain way, you also behave in a certain way. It's like tic-tac, tic-tac, tic-tac. It just always happens the same way. What if that could be different? I don't know, maybe it's fitness. Maybe every time you see a gym or you have the opportunity to go move, you say, nah, you know what, I'd rather not. So what is it for you? Where's the area? Define the area where you would like to change something. Is it in your relationships with people? Is it the relationship to yourself, how you treat yourself? What is it? And then we're going to go and say, okay, when we know we have these loops running in our brain. So we get a cue, and that's kind of the impulse. And then we feel the craving. Oh, I need that, right? And then the response is, I go get that. And then I feel the reward of, oh, that sweet pastry. Okay, what is it for you? Then we know, okay, when we know that the change just requires a shift, it means I have to change something in me so my state is different. So, and I'll talk you through a couple of ways how we can do that. And this novelty, our decision just to do something different, like it could be, you know what, if I were to always wear my hair up, maybe the next week I'll always wear it down or wear it in a different way. Maybe if I'm always wearing a certain color, I'll say, you know what, I'm not going to wear that color the next 7 days. I'm going to wear a different color. Or if I always wear trousers, why not wear a skirt? If I always get up and always have a shower in the morning right away, maybe I'll do a meditation first and then have a shower. Any change will help, but just do something different. The old identity is the familiar groove. We know that. We don't even have to think about it anymore. It's like getting up in the morning, brushing your teeth. Usually you'll start at the exact same spot in your mouth. Change that. I used to notice I'd always start at the top here. Now I'm starting at the bottom just to create a change. And you see, in that moment when the brain notices, oh, this is different, you could then affirm something like say, yes, this is me, an amazing toothbrusher. I start at the bottom now. I now spend longer. I don't press that hard or whatever it is, right? So the loop that we want to first define is the unwanted loop. And that's where you're going to write down when this happens. So it could be when, I don't know, this person calls. I usually, I don't know, don't pick up the phone, or I already feel, I don't know, agitated when I see their name on the display, or whatever it is, because I feel, right, I won't pick up the phone because I feel scared, because I get the payoff of being able to avoid that. I don't pick it up. So the sentence is when ... happens, write that down, when ... happens, I usually, what do you usually do? When this happens, what do you usually do? When so-and-so happens, I usually do this because I feel, what do you feel in that moment? You want to identify the feeling that is driving this behavior that you normally have. So I don't know, for some people, it's they, I don't know, get home from work. I have some friends who do this. They get home from work and to just decompress from the day, the first thing is they grab a drink. I'm not against it. I'm just saying if that's a habit, may be difficult because then you'll always need that drink because your brain has thought, okay, this drink is helping me relax. So notice, what is it? What is the unwanted loop that you would like to disrupt? And then I'd love to hear something. So for me, you know, with this whole relationship change, I have had so many insights. If someone's in the waiting room, please watch it. So I noticed that when people that I love around me feel bad, I usually try and, I don't know, cushion it out, support, help, do something. Because when they feel unhappy, I feel insecure. I feel there's something I need to do. And I get the payoff of feeling, oh, I feel useful now because I've done this. That's my unwanted loop. I have decided for myself, I no longer wish to be the emotional processor for everybody around me. I want to consciously choose, when am I ready to do this emotional processing? When do I want to? And when do I just not? So that's something, for instance, that I'm using. Okay, that's my unwanted loop. Because my desire is to be a woman who feels safe and secure and loyal to herself, no matter what other people are doing around her. So even if everybody around me is miserable, I can still be happy. That's what I want. Okay, so that's my unwanted loop. Nicole, Andrea, anyone else here? Do you want to share an unwanted loop that you would like to change before I call you out? Francesca, how about you?
But for me, it's very particular, I think, because I'm changing every day from, I realized yesterday, from 8 months. And every day I change, I'm changing, I change it. And in the first time, and from these 8 months, I have the habit to write every loop that I have with myself, and to use the technique that it's Theta healing to change this loop from negative loop to positive loop in myself.
Okay. So can you give us an example? What's something that you've changed? So you're doing this changing. What's something that you've used as a loop that you're no longer doing that way?
I can say you something that
Go from the top of your heart. What's something that was really...
One loop was from some days ago that my family thinks that we are not unhappy and unfortunate. Is it good in English? Okay. They think my father...
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't understood. Because you block. Sorry. I go. And my family, they think that my father and my ex-husband, they think that they are unfortunate. Okay? And this is a loop. And then I wrote this, and then I decided with Theta Healing to change it. Saying in myself, in the unconscious mind, that this is from my family, this is not me, and changing this in I am happy, I am rich, and so changing in positive everything with in Theta, and then changing the unconscious mind. Okay, I think that.
Okay, got you. Okay, thank you.
And then
thank you. I'll let you get.
I'm doing this in this 8 months, and it's a very, very big work, I think, for myself, because
for sure.
I'm living in a very outside my comfort zone from 8 months. And in these 8 months, every day it was a very different fear, a very different emotion, a very different feeling. It was really terrible and beautiful.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you a second so we can get someone else. I think I got the gist. Thank you so much. What's important for someone like Francesca, who's working on a lot of change because she's been through quite the journey, is to make sure that you're not changing without integrating. That's the only thing I'll say to that. So it's wonderful to get a book out and to notice these loops. So she's done a lot of loop finding. Once you've found the loops, I'm going to walk you through how we integrate each one. Because one thing is, okay, I'm going to change the belief and another. But when it becomes tangible and embodied is only when we actually do it. And our brain can see, oh, wow, she has changed. This is different now because she's behaved differently. Okay, and so that's where we want to go. So I hope you've all got some loop. Yes? Nicole, Andrea, have you found a loop of something you'd like to change? Okay, excellent. Okay, So we've got the unwanted loop. Okay, the sentence was, when this and this happens, I usually do this and this because I feel so and so, and I get the payoff. That's the reward I'm getting, because you see, your brain always does something because it thinks it's a good idea. So you want to think about, what is the reward that I'm getting from this, even if it's unuseful behavior? So the reward I was getting from fixing and, always being the emotional kind of buffer for everyone was the feeling of importance, the feeling of being useful, the feeling of being validated, the feeling of being loved, right? Totally screwed up, but that's what was going on. And that's the kind of honesty you want to have with yourself. Why were you doing this? Because you weren't doing it to hurt yourself consciously. You thought it was a good idea. Okay, next. The next thing we want to write down is, what's our desired identity? That's the part that's going to move us through these next 10 years, is who are we becoming? And that is, the woman I am becoming responds by, what does this woman do? So the woman that I am becoming responds with presence. That's all I need to do. When people come and they give me the catch-up bottle of, oh, and this is going on, and this is going on, and this is going on, they're just venting. I can listen to it. I could also cut them short and say, you know what, I don't have time for this right now. That's what I did to my daughter. I think I told you that. Grace had this thing of coming back from school, and then she would vent. It would be like 15 minutes of blah, 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 blah. And then one day I caught her there and I said, you know what, honey, I don't have the emotional capacity right now to process with you. Can we do this in the evening? Can we do this in an hour? Could you do this for yourself right now and come back to me? And you know what? She looked at me and said, okay. It was just a habit. It was a habit of coming home, right? So notice, who is this woman for you? What is that woman doing differently? That's the thing you want to write down. The woman I am becoming responds by doing this, saying that. The woman that I am becoming responds to stress with 3 deep breaths, right? Make it as simple. So who is the woman that you are becoming? Is there something you'd like to share there, Andrea? You're laughing. Just unmute yourself and talk. Yeah?
Yes, it's I just feel like when somebody comes stressed to me in the family and I say, wait, and I go breath work. What a surprise.
Hold that thought. I'll
You
be
can
right back.
join me.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Actually.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the third part is the new payoff. Payoff means that's what you're getting from it. The new payoff I want is, I want to feel, so I want to feel relaxed and sovereign and safe, instead of a little anxious and stressed. That's what I want. That's my new self, is just super sovereign, relaxed, and say, oh, you seem to be having a bad day. That's it. I don't need to do anything. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody want to share something while we move on? Nicole, have you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I have a very simple thing that I have been already even saying in the Golden Goddess Circle. From now on, I choose to go to bed earlier. And still, I get into this habit that I stay up very late. And I ask myself,
Okay,
what?
so the new woman.
So, yeah, and I ask myself, why am I doing this? Because in this moment, I feel freedom, peace. I have some quiet moment for myself. Nothing is going on around me. And I have this moment for myself. And that's why I stay up late. And the next morning, I get then the feeling, wow, I didn't rest enough. So the new payoff I want is feeling relaxed and well rested and energized in the morning. Yeah, and yeah, being resourceful with myself in a way. Yeah.
So you're a woman who's resourceful and takes care of herself.
Yes.
Nice. Anyone else? I'm seeing in the chat. No, I'm not seeing anything there. Okay. So now Now that we know the loops and we know who we want to become, we're going to add, or we're going to pick actually one micro behavior. And this micro behavior is so small, it's almost deep breaths before you answer behavior. It could be drinking 1 glass of water before you drink your coffee. Powerful micro behavior. You're going to get so hydrated, so good for you. You could take 2 minutes before you go to bed to declutter something, tidy something up. 2 minutes. Have you got 2 minutes before you go to bed? Yes. So instead of, I don't know, doing online shopping or scrolling through some feeds, you're going to get up and you're going to tidy something. 2 minutes. It could be something like one honest sentence instead of over-explaining yourself. So next time if you're someone like who feels they have to over-explain whatever they're doing, the new woman that you are doesn't over-explain herself, so she might just land it with one sentence, and that's all she needs to say. Do you get it? Just one tiny behavior. Yes. It could be that you don't switch your phone on in the morning for another 15 minutes longer. Take your time in the morning. So I make the habit of, I don't turn my phone on at least an hour after I've got up. That's the earliest that I will turn it on. I get up, my phone just stays next to my bed. I don't even look at it. Don't go online, nothing. I do my thing, and then I turn the phone on. That could be something maybe that you would like to do too. So think of one micro behavior. Okay, so that's the first thing. You've written down that micro behavior. Maybe you've got a whole list of little things that you could do. Now we're going to add the novelty part. The novelty part, because we want that pattern interrupt. We want our brain to know, oh, this is really different. And then we have different novelties that we can add. Novelty just means something new. We can choose context novelty. That means that we do the same thing, but we do it in a different place. So maybe you've been struggling to meditate and you think that you're always going to meditate on this one place. It's not working. Why don't you change the place and choose to meditate somewhere else? Maybe completely different. Your brain will say, oh, this is different. Maybe we're meditating now. So that's the context. You just do it somewhere else. Next, you could do sensory novelty. Sensory novelty means it's something, maybe a special smell. Change your perfume. I mean, I'm not a big perfume wearer because I don't like the chemical stuff, but there's some very great oils out there. There's some pure grade perfumes that you could just change your scent. Changes a lot because the smell is the only thing that goes through the limbic system, right? So your brain will immediately know it's something's different and something's changing. That's a sensory novelty. A scent, a song, play different music. Put a certain song on when you're wanting to create a new habit. This is my song before I go see, I don't know, someone in hospital. I listen to this one song, builds me up. To think of ways to set yourself up for success. That's what we're doing here, right? So that's a sensory novelty. We could also, before you do something, you put cold water on your wrists. Put cold water on your hands, splash your face with cold water. I don't know, brush your hair. That's a sensory novelty, doing something new that has a sensoric quality. And then the third novelty that we can also add is a sequence novelty. So instead of always doing ABC, you sometimes maybe do BAC or CBA. You change the sequence of doing it. So for instance, I don't know, maybe you like airing your rooms. And maybe you always air your room the moment you get out of bed. I don't know, whatever. Then you're not going to do it then. You're going to air it after you've had your shower. You just do it at a different time and in a different sequence. That's another novelty. So first we change that we have that one micro behavior. Then we're going to add the novelty. So we're going to do that behavior just a little different by adding some smell, some breath, some music, just something to it, a different place. And then we add the attention. This is important. And that we do, it's very simple, by naming it out loud. You say, oh, I am now installing my new identity. this is what I'm doing right now. So the moment you're sitting down on your cushion to meditate, if that's a thing that you're doing, or the moment you're enjoying a meal that you normally wouldn't enjoy that way in that form, you say, oh, this is me now installing my new identity. And say it out loud to yourself, because that way your brain hears it. And then you could do one embodied anchor. Anchors are really important for the brain. That could be, you could tap your own shoulder. You could give yourself a high five. You could do a fist bump dance. You could, I don't know, take one long, long breath in and out. You could change your posture. You could make yourself all tall and wide and big, right? So you want to bring an embodied anchor into this. This is nailing it down. And then the last step is you want to add a repeatable reward, because we want to work with dopamine. And your brain will produce dopamine if it thinks you've done something well. And if you've done those things and you've said, oh, I'm embodying my identity now, look at me, right? You can then just say yes to yourself, or you could smile. But that is going to be the reward that your brain registers and says, oops, she's done something really good. You could also text your buddy, done. I did my bookkeeping. That's what I do. I build myself up success because I tell people about it. I say, I've really got to do my bookkeeping this week. And then I'll tell my mom, I say, I'm going to do my bookkeeping. Today I'm going to do my bookkeeping. And then I've done my bookkeeping. I say, Mom, I did my bookkeeping. Right? Because I am no longer someone who procrastinates bookkeeping. I love my bookkeeping. I love crunching the numbers. Okay? Is this making sense? Am I going too fast, or are we still all good? Yes? Okay. So then we're going to write when, ... when I eat, when I meditate, when I talk to people, when I do my work, what is it, the thing that you're working on? When, ... When this happens, your new micro response was, is it? I'm gonna take 3 breaths before I do it. I'm gonna splash my wrists with cold water. I'm gonna take a sniff of that essential oil that I have. So when this happens, I do this for how many seconds? Just a couple of seconds. But tell yourself, how many seconds are you gonna do it for? I'm gonna take 3 breaths. That'll be like 10 seconds. It's not long. I'm gonna splash my wrists with cold water. It takes 3 seconds. So when this happens, I'm going to do this for these many seconds. Using, what are you going to use? You're going to, which novelty are you using? Are you going to go somewhere else? Are you going to add some sensory novelty? What novelty are you going to put in this? So when this happens, I'm going to do this for a couple of seconds using my essential oil, using my breath, using the water, and then the reward. Then I'm going to do a fist bump, or I'm going to stretch up. Like I could say, when I get up in the morning, I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do 10 sand salutations. I'm going to do these 10 sand salutations. That'll take me around 15 minutes. Using my favorite mat. Actually, no, I'm not going to use my favorite mat. I'm going to use a new mat. And I'm going to use a new oil that I'm going to sniff before I get on my mat. And then I am going to do, I don't know, a jumping up and down when I've done it, because I am the woman who practices yoga every single morning. Got it? That's how we want to talk to ourselves. And you want to sell it to yourself that way too. So you write it down for yourself. When this, I'm going to do this for how many seconds? I'm going to use this kind of novelty. I'm going to do it somewhere else. I'm going to and then I'm going to reward myself by doing this whatever, because I am the woman who. That's the script that I would love you to have ready. And when you've all got that, just give me this one, then I can see you. And then we will all install it together. You got it? Okay. And you could finish this later on too. If you have it in your mind, at least, we can still do the integration together, or the identity installation, it's called. Yeah. Your subconscious knows this all anyway, but it's good to have it conscious. I don't want to pressure you for time. I just write down a couple of taglines so you know, okay, this is what's happening now. Okay. Then get into your most comfortable upright position. And we start switching. We'll just take all this that has come up inside of you, inside of all of us. And we're going to start out with thanking our old selves, right? Our old identity. I've got a little picture that I found of myself today. Isn't she cute? That's me, 15 years old. Okay, so I've got her here, but I know my old self. And I am going to say, thank you. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for always being there for me, for loving me and doing your best. I'm really grateful, old self, that you got me to where I am right now. I am stepping into my new identity, the embodied, sovereign, healthy, happy, loving, wise, successful me. Yes, that's who I'm stepping into right now. Excellent. And we're going to start between our eyebrows. And we're going to say, even and I know I will most likely not be perfect in the future. It's okay because I feel safe to be me and to grow into my best version of self with grace, with love, and with ease. Yes. And come to the side of the eyes on your temples. That old me was just trying to protect me. And I have a lot of feelings for that me. And I know that now is the time to let that old me integrate with the new me, that they become friends, that they hold hands and help each other in the future, because all of me is a team and all my parts are working together now, patiently, graciously, to move into my very best future, that timeline where I am healthy, happy, and all is well. And we're going to move under the eyes. And we're going to say, because I now know that I am worthy and ready and capable of living my best life as my best self, grounded, centered, connected to my heart, connected to my intuition, always in the right place at the right time, moving forward with grace and in perfect ways. On the lips, above the lips, under the nose. Any stress that I am still carrying with me that no longer serves me, I now let go. I also let go of anything I may be carrying for others. I let it go. I am now ready to be my most sovereign self. When I notice loops that no longer serve me, I just take a moment and I choose a new loop. I choose novelty, and I choose the plasticity of my brain, which I trust. I trust myself. Underneath your lips, on your chin. I am now ready, willing, and able to have the best life ever, to stay close to my own truth, to stay close to my integrity, and to support and nurture myself. For when I love and nurture myself, everyone else is nurtured. And breathe. Underneath your collarbones. I'm so courageous and so capable and so confident and so radiant and magnetic that I know that everything that is meant for me finds me. Love finds me, abundance finds me, success finds me, health finds me, happiness finds me. My only job is to stay close to me and that love that I am. Yes, yes. underneath your left arm. I believe in my very best future. I believe in the very best future of this planet. I believe in the very best future for humanity. I believe in the light that I am, and that light is showing the way. And I am looking forward to all the good that is coming to me now. It's drawn to me. I am magnetic to this good. All is well. Okay, your liver. Tap your liver. You say, I forgive all versions of me. I forgive them. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone out there who ever hurt me, whoever devalued me, whoever in any way restricted me. It's okay. That was all an illusion because I'm free. I am free to be me, and I am free to be the peace that I am now. Thumbs. I let go of all limiting programming, all limiting beliefs, all limiting energies. Nothing can hold me back. I am stepping into my power of joy and happiness and love and success and abundance and health because I'm so ready now. Yes. Index fingers. I'm so flexible. I'm so adaptable, just like my brain. The plasticity of my brain works for me. Novelty works for me. Change works for me. I'm always growing and learning and laughing and loving all at the same time. I can do this. Middle fingers, yin and yang, darkness and light, love and fear. It's all good. I am one with all that is. I am one with the divine. I am one with that loving essence that once created me. That is who I am. So there's nothing to fear. All is good. All is well. And I'm moving forward together, together, together. Between the ring finger and the little finger, you find that little dip. Okay, now we're going to tap. I massage it. You can also tap it. And while you're massaging it, think of that new behavior, that new identity, that sovereign, wonderful you. How does it feel to know that you've got this? And the next time any of these loops turn up, you notice them right away. And you step into your new empowering habit, those deep breaths, that conscious decision to stay close to you. Feel what that feels like. And now go crazy with your eyes. Go circling around with your eyes. Go up and down, left and right and up. And take a deep breath in. And another breath. And another breath. And exhale half out. Now fully out. Now fully in. Hold. Exhale. And I say yes, 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 yes. One more breath. Now the little fingers. Cut the cords. We're cutting the links to any energy or programming or reality or dimension that no longer serves our highest good. We are now choosing golden timelines all around us, happy, healthy, well, in every way. Yes. And then exhale, place your hands on your heart. Maybe take a moment, just close your eyes and just imagine what it would look like, what it would feel like, what it would sound like to already be that now. And then maybe say, divine light shine, divine light shine, divine light shine. Okay. How are you feeling? Stretch up, maybe. Stretch up. Come on, victory. We've just done something amazing. If we were in a circle, we will be fist pumping, high-fiving each other. Yes, yes. Just do the move so your body knows something big has happened. Okay. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to remove my spotlight and I'd love to see how you doing. Aurélie has to go, but she says thank you. Thank you, Aurélie. Okay, Donata, Birgit, Sandra, Francesca, Melanie, Sietske, Hetskia. How are we doing? Do you notice something different now? Yeah, you feeling good, Sietske? Cool. Francesca, Birgit, she's full of energy. I love
This
that.
was really, really fantastic. Really, really fun. I begin to
Yeah, good.
then that it's a change in everything, and I didn't think this. It's really, really fantastic. Thank you very much. And then I begin to feel myself tingling. Oh, yeah,
Tingling,
beautiful.
good.
Thank you.
Yawning,
Yeah,
tingling.
yeah.
We like it. Thank you. Anyone else? Do you have any questions? Anything you'd like to add to this conversation? Donata, please go ahead.
Hello, my camera doesn't work, okay? But you can hear me. I know my unwanted loop and I know my desired outcome and I feel my desired outcome. And now my work is to define this little shifts, changes. I must darüber nachdenken.
You get to think about the little tweaks that you want to make, right? Those little micro changes.
Yes, my unwanted loop is that when my mother comes, I lose my voice. I don't say something. Oh, I say something, but not really what I want to say, and I can't hard look her into her eyes. And my
Okay, stop. I'm not going to let you reaffirm that. I'm not going to let you reaffirm that. I'm now seeing you. So with the new embodied, the woman that you're becoming is someone who excels at sharing her voice with her mother. So one micro change might be that when your mom comes, you have your favorite song playing and you're singing with it. Even if you only sing one line when she walks through the door, you open the door and you say, I don't know, the song that you're singing, you have the music on. That could be before your mom comes, you get your favorite essential oil out, you put it in your hands and you go, I've got this. My voice is strong. I love talking to my mom. Right? But those could be things. Or if your mom comes and there's a sequence of how she comes. So maybe, I don't know, she rings the doorbell, you immediately go there, open the, I don't know what you guys have got going on. Change that around. Let her maybe wait for a minute longer while you take your breath that she comes. I've noticed because that reminds me of my family. My dad always had this thing of he would always, when we meet, we would always have coffee and cake. Would always be the same. So I decided, I don't want to eat coffee and cake the whole time. I would like to do something different. So I bought a charcuterie board next time. Okay, so it was sausages and cheese and bread and no coffee, but I would serve, I don't know, apple juice with it. Changes it. So those are the fun things now, Donat, that you get to ponder on what would be a fun difference that you could make. Thank you for sharing that with your mum. And thank you for having the rights to do so, especially as someone who sings. I mean, you're an amazing singer, aren't you? Isn't that true?
Yes.
I remember.
Yeah.
Sing with your mum. Next time she comes, you know what, Mum? We're going to sing a song today. Just try it out.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Anybody else? Any closing words from everyone? Birgit is feeling full of energy. I love that. And calm and relaxed. So, Nicole, Andrea, any closing words so we close the circle together?
I would like to say that for me, it was very important, the moving at the end. The moving brought all the energy into motion in the body. And it's a physical thing.
It is.
Yes. The brain reacts to the physical movement, which is maybe not expected from the brain within a new thought or new behavior.
Physiology always trumps psychology. If you change your body's movements, you're changing it up here. And often we just are so up here that it never comes into the body.
Yeah.
And this is where it
Here
wants to land.
to
So
every cell.
yes. Yes, but I'd say I love that you said that, because if I had to sum up the last 3 weeks of what were the insights that I learned, the main one was trust your body. Your body knew in every little micro thing. I knew, but I was like, whatever, will make this work. So
No.
thank you for that. Cool.
Yeah, much more.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Very
I so much agree. This, if we don't integrate the body in that what we are doing, it's like we are cutting something so important off. And I think I have mentioned that the last time. If you always run, and you think, ah, my body, I'm so anyway, the body is there anyway. But if you really, really pay attention to it and really cherish it and combine it with all the rest of it, then it really you start flying and at the same time stand firmly on the ground. And that is so amazing. I now with the tapping, I had also like what's oh, she's not there anymore. Out of Francesca. Like I had to yawn so much and to feel that relief and that releasing. And then afterwards, really, it could go. And you don't even have to think about it. You can just feel it. That's
Less
that's what I
mental
love about our
masturbation.
work. Yes.
Thank you. Yes. I'm going to say mental masturbation again, because I love
Yes.
that word. And it's something that I say to myself, I say, stop mentally masturbating. Stop it.
Absolutely.
Bring it into 3D. Move your body. Come here. And I think that's something we could talk a whole thing about that. That's part of the paradigm that's breaking down, thank God. It's that us women have been taught from very young age on not to trust the body. And now, as we are older and wiser, and a new paradigm is starting, we get to trust it again. So yeah, perfect. Trust your body, ladies. You always know. I love you. I wish you a beautiful evening, a great week, and keep the chats going in the WhatsApp group. No, you don't have to send us messages behind the scenes. Put it in the group. We're sisters. We love hearing from you. Yeah? Okay. Mille baci. Ciao, ciao. Busi, busi.
Thank
Kisses.
you. Enjoy your
Thank you so
time in Barcelona.
Thank you.
Ciao.
And gracias. Bye-bye.